All right. What up, guys? Quick update for Thursday, August 17th. And today we got paid. We got that paycheck today. So pretty good selling here today. And McDonald's finally came down to our target. So classic A+ squeeze. Got short inside the squeeze near the entry zone. Caught the flush into our target, and we cashed out for a nice 50%. And then yesterday we got short AMD. And AMD also looks poised to break short out of that daily squeeze. So taking profits on McDonald's, short some AMD, and then I did a little day trading by myself. Hit the QQQ for about $800, and then did a call credit spread on the spiders for, I think, tomorrow's expiration, and that's got a nice open profit as well. But a few things I want to show you here, guys. So the first chart I'm going to show you is XLK, which of course is the technology ETF. Not a good day for XLK. So today XLK prints the first daily sell signal, the red bar and the red arrow, for the first time since January. So for the first time since January, structure, momentum, etc. is aligned for the path of least resistance to be to the downside. And then on top of that, the signals on the weekly chart have gone neutral. You had that big weekly squeeze, fires to the upside. From there, you're looking for a pullback to that 21 EMA. Typically is a potential buying opportunity. What you'd want to see, though, is that not only do we find support at that 21, you would want the weekly chart to continue printing that buy signal as well. So we have it as support, we have it at the buy zone. The indicators aren't suggesting that it should take off. So daily sell signal and a neutral weekly chart for XLK. And then on Apple here, Apple got sell signals on the daily chart last week. And now the bigger problem here is the move under that weekly 21. And Apple has also canceled out that weekly buy signal. Same thing here in Microsoft. Daily sell signal, no more weekly buy signal. And Tesla looks a lot like Apple. Sell signals on the daily chart down to the 5-minute, with price breaking under the weekly 21. So that weekly buy signal has also disappeared. So that kind of points towards some trouble ahead for the market. If, of course, things don't change quickly. And like I mentioned in Sunday's video, I think the move that you saw on Apple and Microsoft, that pullback to that weekly 21, I think we're going to see the same thing from the S&Ps and the QQQ. So my game plan right now, for the S&Ps, the weekly 21 is down around 430-ish. I would like to see a bounce. Frankly, I might not get the bounce, but I'd like to see a bounce. And so long as that bounce doesn't change everything, I would short into that bounce, looking for a flush down towards 431. Short the bounce for a flush towards that weekly 21. 430-ish on the SPY, and then 350-ish on the QQQ. You could take a name like Meta. Meta breaks under the 21, breaks under the 50. Weekly 21 EMA for Meta is 266. So wait for a bounce. If that bounce can't fix the issues in structure, if that bounce can't fix the issues in the signals, short that bounce, looking for a flush towards 265. Another name here would be Netflix. And Netflix is kind of close to that 395. But tomorrow, maybe sometime next week, you get a bit of a dead cat bounce. If we can get a sell signal here in that daily squeeze, that would make for a really nice short. So keeping a close eye on Netflix. And the last thing I got to mention here, guys, for those of y'all with the indicators and the scans, keep in mind, right now, the market is not supportive of things working to the upside like it was back here in May, June, July. Now, with that being said, you can still run the scans every day, and you will find things that look good to the upside. They'll have squeezes, they'll have buy signals, they'll pretty much fit the bill. You'll have a few things on the scans, even in the crappiest of markets. The problem is you have no wind at your back. So what I've seen here for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and mind you, we stopped getting long on the 3rd of August. Based on the changes in the signals, based on the changes in the scoreboard, we haven't even thought about getting swing long since the 3rd. But like I said, what I've noticed over the last 3 or so weeks is that everything that comes up on the bull scans, it doesn't end up working. It's got no wind at its back. So First Solar was a really good setup, and that kind of craps the bed. Same thing happened in BK. The same thing happened in BP. Same thing happened in UNH. UNH keeps coming up in the scans, getting ready for a big push higher, and down she goes. It's not a UNH problem, it's a market problem. Same thing in BTU. So today's scan results for the bulls, we are seeing a lot of energy stocks. So if you ran the scans today around lunchtime, you've got XLE here, and today's day 1 of that squeeze signal. So this afternoon, if you ran the scans, bunch of energy stocks, Chevron, EOG, FANG, etc. At the time, they all had squeezes, and they all had buy signals. So on the big 3 squeeze, they were all A+ setups. What happened towards the end of today? The S&Ps, the Qs, etc., they all took a pretty big dump. So with that big dump in the indices, Chevron goes from printing a daily buy signal to being nothing more than a daily squeeze. Goes from bullish to neutral. Goes from being an A+ setup to no longer an A+ setup. The same thing happened in EOG. The same thing happened in FANG. And if you check out Oxy, same thing happened in Oxy. So again, there's always going to be things on the scans that fit the bill. You have to trade those in the right environment. The things on the scans that should work a lot better right now are going to be the bearish setups. All right, that would have been McDonald's. That's how we found McDonald's. That's how we found the short here in AMD. And on last night's scans, you had names like Net. If you found Net yesterday, that would have been a really good short. Names like Starbucks, right, that would have been a really good short. Not just because Starbucks and Net, etc., not just because they were A+ setups yesterday, and they had everything that we're looking for. More importantly, you're trading that A+ setup in alignment with the overall market, in alignment with the signals in the S&Ps and the QQQ. So even though XLE looks solid, I don't want to focus too much on the buy side. I'd rather go short LMT. LMT is an A+ setup. It's a bit more in line with the direction of the overall market. Alright guys, so until things change, try to get short, ideally on a bounce, looking for a flush down towards that weekly 21. 430-ish for the S&Ps and 350-ish for the QQQ. For those of you on my mastery, good work on McDonald's. We'll see what's up here tomorrow with AMD, and then Saturday is the official class for the Big 3 squeeze. So looking forward to seeing all of you then. If you want to check that out, you can look at the link here in the description. And until next time, y'all be good, and I'll talk to you soon. Adios.